What's the first thing we have to do in a video? Actually, there are two things, and in this video I'll talk about both of them. And yes, you are right. The first things to do is press the button on the camera and on the voice recorder, but that's not what I mean. Actually, coming to think of it, they're part of my second point, aren't they? So what are the two things which we have to do first? We have to grab and pay. First, we have to grab our viewers' attention within the first 10 seconds of our video. Shortly, I'll talk about paying attention. But let's first focus on grabbing attention. Why do we have to do it so quickly? Because, as we all know, viewers' attention spans online are extremely short. And the competition for our viewers' attention is fierce. That's why we have to grab the attention and keep it as quickly as possible. It simply is a must. No need to reinvent the wheel. We start with a hook and then we tell a story, following the path laid out by AIDA. No, it's not the opera, it's the AIDA I talk about in my video. AIDA is a marketing model for effective communication. Here's what it tells us. We grab our viewers' attention and then we awaken their interest in what we have to offer, which generates their desire to know more about the solution, and then we end up on a call to action. We absolutely have to end up there on the call to action, because that's where we want them to go with us throughout our story. And that's the reason why it is so hugely important that we keep their attention throughout. So much for grabbing attention. What about paying? In our videos, we must pay meticulous attention to detail. Not paying meticulous attention to detail may very well reduce the production quality of our videos. Now, what does low production quality mean? For instance, the sound is bad, there's too much background noise, for instance, or the image is bad, too distracting, out of focus, not framed properly, or the content is incomplete, not well thought out, or not structured. In other words, if the video is just dashed out without any care or consideration for your viewer, then not paying attention to detail may not only harm your image, but more worryingly, will also damage your business. Would you want to buy a quality service that requires great attention to detail if the first impression of the service provider is that they don't care how they present themselves? If nothing else, then paying great attention to detail will make you stand out from the crowd, and that is, stand out from your competitors. I promise that in this video series of A to Z of videos for professional services, I will point out numerous traps so that you won't fail where proper attention to detail is paramount. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, do you have any further questions? Would you like me to cover other topics in future videos? Nothing easier than that. Connect with me through Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or through my website, and I'll do my best to create another video for you as soon as possible.